So if you're looking for wide streets, bigger lots, peaceful living, and maybe even a round of golf after work, well, Gunbarrel Green and Country Club Estates might be perfect for you. I'm Michael with Lovato Properties, and we're diving into one of Boulder's most classic neighborhoods. So let's get oriented. Where exactly are we? We are in the northeast part of Boulder. It is Gunbarrel, and if you look at the map, we're just north of J Road. We are also west of 75th Street, and we're south of Lookout Road. If you go north of Lookout Road, you're actually in Gunbarrel North. Totally different story. That's a part of Longmont and a part of Boulder. But where we are now for Gunbarrel Green, really specifically, is on the south side of Lookout Road. And of course, we're also on the other side of Twin Lakes. This little spot is still Boulder, and it's Boulder unincorporated county, 80301 zip code. Okay, let's do a quick history sidebar. Have you ever wondered why it's called Gunbarrel? Well, back in the days of the stagecoach time, there was an old stagecoach line that went straight from Boulder to Longmont, straight as an arrow, or straight as the barrel of a gun, hence Gunbarrel. So also staying with history, this is part of Boulder's smart growth plan back in the 60s and 70s. Rather than continue to congest the central part of Boulder, they decided to come out here and let the development begin here. So 60s and 70s, yes, the country club wasn't even here yet. They built these homes on larger lots, peaceful, quiet vibes, and I mean much larger. Many of the lots are 10,000, 12,000, 15,000 square foot lots, which is really big for just a residential home. They started that subdivision, and then of course the Boulder Country Club moved in, and it really changed the whole flavor, and we'll get to that in a little bit. So let's get real specific as well about the neighborhoods. So I've said Gunbarrel Green. Well, this is sort of the original, the OG. This is where you have those 1960s and 70s development, these homes that are really close to the golf course and the country club. Similarly, not too far away is the northeast portion of this. That's actually Country Club Estates. They have a little bit newer vibe, 90s and 2000s those homes were built. There's a community pool that's awesome right up there. So you kind of have two options. You can still be a country club member, but it is a separate little part. I like to kind of lump the whole thing together and either call it, Gunbarrel Green or Country Club. People will know what you're talking about, but that's just the swath of territory we're talking about. So if you're into golf, tennis, hanging out by the pool, well, Boulder Country Club is a great perk of living here. While you don't have to be a member to live in this neighborhood, it is something that is very attractive for others that live in this area. Let's talk specifically about BCC. Well, they've got a championship 18-hole golf course. They've also got a 9-hole par 3 course. There's also an indoor and an outdoor swimming pool. There's a fitness center, tennis, really everything you can ask for from a country club standpoint. So that's BCC, that's right here in this neighborhood. So what's it like here in Gunbarrel Green? Well, you've got really peaceful, quiet, curved streets. The architecture is super diverse. Homes built between the 60s and the 80s. Some of them have been renovated, and you have some really nice modern looking homes. Others are still rocking that classic vibe from the 60s and 70s. The lots are huge. We mentioned that earlier, but really some of the biggest lots in Boulder. You've also got, which is very unique to the area, you have the ability to kind of come here and experience, I would say, a classic neighborhood. There are fun activities in the holidays like Halloween. Trick-or-treating is great here. I once spent some time with some folks that created their own hayride where they pulled a trailer through the neighborhood. Hay bales, drinks set up for the parents, and they pulled that along while the kids bopped around to all of the houses in the neighborhood for trick-or-treat. Great stuff like that in Gunbarrel Green. So I talk about that trail a lot because it connects Boulder and Longmont, and it goes through Niwot on its way. But it's just across Lookout. You can get to the Lobo Trail super easily. And also just off Idlewild, which is in Gunbarrel Green, you can pop over and get to the Twin Lakes. So really that access on that part of this area is super. So as with many neighborhoods in Boulder, this area has great access to trails, paths, walking, biking, running, and gravel or regular riding. So here's what I'm going to tell you. We're really close to the Lobo Trail. On the east side, rather, you can just pop right up Country Club Road and you're over there on Gunbarrel Ridge Trails, also known as the Tank, or eventually what we're talking about is just miles and miles of open space trails, Teller Farms to be exact. So the access to trails in this area is awesome. And then you're also on the part of town that if you wanted to get on your road bike or go out onto those county roads that just roll north and east of here, Well, the access is easy. So Gunbarrel Green is not just trails and golf. You've got some really great local spots. So if you hit your home base here of Lookout Road, you're gonna find all these awesome joints. Snarf's is one, and also Humankind Coffee is another. You've got your grocery shopping at Ken Supers. You've also got some really nice options for restaurants, Protos and Santiago's, all right here, close to Gunbarrel Green in this beautiful part of Gunbarrel. So who are these neighborhoods right for? Well, that's a pretty broad answer because it's right for anyone who values that peaceful vibe, a neighborhood where kids still ride bikes and folks still say hi to one another. Also, anyone who's into that club lifestyle, that's for them as well. But then it works for retirees, families, young professionals, work from home folks, just because it is so diverse. If that sounds like you and you'd like to see a little bit closer look at Gunbarrel Green or Country Club Estates, please reach out. I'm Michael with Lovato Properties. I'd love to give you a closer look. I'll see you at the next one.